Photography and videography gear is so expensive nowadays. Once you've made this sizable investment into your gear, how do you protect it when you're traveling on the road or even when you're on location shooting? In this video, I'm going to show you the cases that we use to protect our gear. Welcome back. I'm Joe from MetroPhotog.com, and today I'm going to be showing you the Pelican 1600 case and the Pelican 1500 case. Both cases that Mike and I use when we're on the road, on location, and shooting away from home. First things first is that these cases are not cases that we use to carry our gear around while we're out shooting on the street. It's not something that you're going to be lugging around all day long. But these cases are great for transport, and that's really what we use them for. My first exposure to Pelican cases was actually at work in the marine construction environment, and these things can take a beating. And once I noticed that they could take a beating, I really started looking at them for photography gear. The first thing you're going to notice about these cases is the extremely rugged design. They're built out of a copolymer polypropylene, and they are extremely reinforced going around the outside in the spot where the weather seal is, as well as in these two sections, which you'll see is their C-clamp design, so that when you throw these latches down, it gets really nice and tight and forms a watertight seal. Now, I believe they're watertight for 3.5 feet of water for about 30 minutes, which is great. I mean, you're not going to throw this case in the ocean and expect for your gear to stay wet for hours. But if it does get wet, falls in a puddle, you know that you're not going to have a problem. Or even if it rains on these cases while they're, say, sitting in the back of your pickup truck while you're driving, you're not going to worry about them either. The other really nice thing about them is these double throw latches. They're very, very, very sturdy to latch, and the latch is very, very tight. So it makes it a little difficult not only to clamp them, but to unclamp them. So that double throw latch makes that a little bit easier. Another good thing about the case, even though it is a little hard to close, you know that your gear is closed up really nice in there. It has reinforced dual spots there, so you can throw locks on it, as well as the other case. You can see the two spots there. And then it also has this equalizing pressure valve on both of these on the tops of the cases, so you can see right there. That's for when you're changing elevations between a really high elevation and a normal elevation, or even a really low one. You want to make sure that your gear, inside and outside of the case, the pressure is equal, because it's going to make it extremely difficult to open and close the case if it's not. Well, open the case, not so much close it. The interior of the case is completely customizable. There's many options, as well as just being bare on the inside. A lot of people use these bare just to put their gear in for, like we used to use them for survey gear. We used to put them inside these boxes so that they were out of the weather. There's also different foam options that Pelican offers. There's a pick and pluck foam system, which basically is perforated foam. You just pull out the pieces that you don't want, that you want to take out. There's custom foam, which is a hard block of foam that you're going to cut out yourself with, say, a wire saw or something like that. And then there's also the padded divider set. And the padded divider set is what I'm going to recommend for people that are like me, who knows that their gear set is going to be changing constantly. Whether we're using our own gear, between the two cases, I'm always bringing different stuff with me on the road, so the padded dividers lets me be flexible. And also when we rent gear, I don't know what we're going to be renting from week to week, month to month, so that allows me to be flexible with that too, as far as lenses and camera bodies. The pick and pluck foam, don't forget, if you do purchase the pick and pluck foam, you could also purchase the padded divider sets for any of their cases separately and afterwards. Actually, I started with this case with the pick and pluck foam, and I saw that I wanted to change up my setup a little bit, so I ordered the padded divider set for this one. But I had learned so that when I ordered this one from, I think MetroPhotog, I ordered it with a padded divider set. You can also order a organizer for the top, which is nice, because if you have your camera cards, batteries, your press passes, any kind of stuff like that, you could put it into nice pockets that is not going to get lost in the bottom of the case. So that's the interior. The interior is completely customizable and up to you to suit your needs, which is just great. So who are these cases for? These are extremely rugged cases for people that are going to be on the road. I don't think you're going to be carrying this case around with you when you're walking around, say, doing street photography in New York City or something like that. but I do think these are great cases for transporting your gear. As an example, when Mike and I went down to Washington, D.C., not only were we carrying all of our camera gear, but we were also carrying some rented gear. And these cases make sure that the gear that you are responsible for, which is your own gear and even gear that you rented, gear that you borrowed, all that gear that you're responsible for is well taken care of. And if something should happen, you know, they're going to be safe and in their cases. Another thing about these cases is that, like I said, you know, these latches are very hard to close sometimes, especially on this case. It never really wore in. These are a little bit easier, but the double throw latches make it so much easier and makes it a lot more manageable. I don't mind that really hard latch. What that tells me is that the case is really sealed well, and I know that down here towards the bottom where the latch isn't, the latch is up here, where the latch isn't down here, I know that it's really nice and sealed. On this case, on the 1600 case, there's latches on the sides. So not only is there latches up here, but there's also latches on the sides. As far as gear, I could put my 70-200 in here. 2 camera bodies. I've had a 1D series body as well as a gripped APS-C camera in here. My 7-inch Lilliput monitor fits in here, and my tripod in the 1600 case. I love this 1600 case. I could probably get all of my camera gear in here, which is great, and just throw it in the back of my car. Then I could just pop it open, take everything that I need out of it, and know that the rest of it's going to stay in the car safe. The smaller case is nice for a camera body, maybe 2 or 3 lenses depending upon the size, and you know, all your other stuff. And what this has actually turned into for me, the smaller case, the 1500, is my film photography case. I'll put my Canon XS in here with a few lenses, my film in one portion of it, and any other accessories that I'm going to bring with me. And so this has really been like a storage facility almost for my film set. So I really like that about this. And another thing about these cases is, like I said with the foam, if you know that your gear set is going to be changing, I think that you're going to want to get the padded divider set. The padded divider set is extremely versatile. It's all Velcro based, so you have an inside that sits down inside the bottom of the case, and then you could just move in and out, customize, move around the padded dividers depending upon the size of whatever you're trying to fit in here. The pick and pluck foam is nice if you're going to buy this case for, say, a 600 prime, and the only thing that's going to be in the case you know is going to be the 600 prime. You might even want to get the custom foam and just cut it out yourself and have it in there that you know that's going to be static, and that's it. That's the case for the 600 prime. If it's going to be for gear, like I said, for stuff that's going to be changing, you're going to want something that's a little more versatile. Or maybe you get a few different of the custom, you buy 2 or 3 of the custom foams. You could pull them in and out as you need to, which is nice too. So as you continue to make large investments in your photography or videography gear, you're going to want something that's going to protect it in your transports. I think you're really going to like these Pelican cases. Check them out, Pelican.com. They do a lot of other products besides just the cases. They do lighting and flashlights and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So definitely check out their stuff. I think they actually also have a channel over here on YouTube as well. I should check that out. If you don't use Pelican cases, what do you use? Put it in the comments below. I'd like to see how you guys transport your gear. Always up for suggestions. If this video has helped you out in any way, click the like button. We really appreciate your support. Subscribe to the channel for more photography and technology related content, and also follow us on our social links to know what we're doing and what content we're producing all the time. Thank you so much for watching again. If you have any photography related questions, head over to MetroPhotog.com/contact, fill out the form, and Mike and I will get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks again for watching. I'm Joe, MetroPhotog.com.